Imagine yourself there. Imagine yourself healed. Imagine yourself happy. And you know what is very interesting about psychology, Doreen? When you start thinking about things, they work on you.
This whole aspect of sight is absolutely important. And in fact, neuroscientists, people in your practice tell us that the brain cannot tell the difference between what's real and what's not.
Yes.
So when you're in that state of meditative envisioning and you're imagining your future, you're imagining yourself out of that challenge, the brain takes that as your reality.
Imagine what you want the future to be and start practicing it now.
Yeah.
How does it help you? When there is that hope, when you know that your journey, you want to reach that destination, anything on the way that is a problem, you'll be like the way you are swimming, you put it aside, and maybe later we shall see how.
Hi family, and welcome to the Circle of Life, a platform that's dedicated to helping us thrive in every area of our lives. We hope that you're doing well and God is keeping you very well. Now, we all go through very difficult times, and it might be that you're going through that difficult time now. And one thing that I have learned is that how we navigate these challenging times pretty much determines how long we take on the journey, but also how much we develop, through that particular challenge that we're dealing with. So in this specific episode, we would like to have a heart-to-heart discussion on how can we rise out of these challenges. Because I'm an ardent believer in the fact that these challenges are not here to destroy us. See, we're God's children. Whatever comes our way, God has allowed, He has assented for that thing to come into our lives. So there's a lot that we can learn from it. But the question is, how can we rise above those challenges? Now, to help us unpack this very important conversation is a woman who has a lot of wisdom. Her name is Mrs. Mary Butamanya, who is a counseling psychologist and the former president of the Uganda Counseling Association. Welcome, Mrs. Mary, to the show.
Thank you, Doreen.
I love your purple. You're all clad in beautiful purple.
Thank you so much.
Yes. So I'd love to, first of all, start off with a very simple question. You have been practicing, a practicing counseling psychologist for many, many years.
Yes.
What would you say are the most common mistakes that we make as human beings whilst we're going through those challenges?
Thank you, Doreen.
Yeah.
First of all, the first common mistake we all make is self-blame.
Oh.
A situation comes, you start thinking, maybe if I had not done this, it would have happened. Mm-hmm. And when you start doing a lot of self-blame, it works on your self-esteem. And then many times, because of that self-blame, it becomes even difficult to start seeking for help or even to think through and realize that this thing can come and go. Mm-hmm. Another common mistake which we make when we are in such situations is loss of hope.
Loss of hope.
It's like I've come to the end of the journey. Even you could be having an immediate neighbor or sister who passed through the same thing. Yeah. But there in that small time, you fail to remember and it affects. There's another third common thing.
And let me just build up on that.
Yes, please.
I identify with that at a very deep level. You see, when you're going through those very difficult challenges, man, it feels like your life is composed, your entire life is composed of that one thing, isn't it? And so it clouds your sight, it clouds your sense of hope, and it's very difficult to see beyond that moment.
Yeah, actually, it can be very difficult, and that's why for us, like in our profession, that should be the time when you seek help. Because it's normal. See, you're human. Something has happened, you blame yourself, then you lose hope. Then sometimes another mistake, you go to get advice from the wrong people. Someone who is still also deep in the loss of hope. She journeys with you deeper. So by the time you really wake up to say what, it has really worked on you. And then another common mistake I've seen also.
Just to ask you a deeper question in relation to that, the kind of people we seek solace in, very important. I know in your profession they call that trauma bonding. Is it such a word that you find someone who's going through a similar challenge and you want to go and seek solace and then cry over it together? And so who will pull out the other out of the pit?
Yeah, actually, professionally, we don't even encourage that. Would like you to meet somebody at least who is on the journey of healing, who has started, getting some hope. So we actually encourage you to get someone professional or a mentor. Like, for example, let's say when we talk, like, let's look at situations like a cancer patient. When you meet a cancer survivor,
Yes.
she can give you hope. She has been there and she's now out.
Yes.
But when you meet all of you who are starting, it's all like, oh my God,
We're
everyone is still scared.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's the thing. So that's the type of help would like someone to meet.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Then another common mistake, which I don't really want to go without saying, is using, if I'm talking like to a working lady like you, I would look at when we are evaluating a situation, we use tools. Okay. So I always say using the wrong tools to evaluate the situation. Okay. For example, you keep looking for negativity. Let's say, for example, you are passing through a situation where you have just been in a bad relationship. Then you are going to the phones of the friend, then you are listening to the rumors, then you are listening to discouraging words. So you're really using the wrong tools, which will not help you to monitor and evaluate your situation well. So that is a common mistake. And naturally, when you're sad, there's a way you want to seek comfort in negativity, yet it is bad. So those are some of the common mistakes. And
why do you think we do that? Why do we seek comfort in negativity?
Yeah, when someone is passing through pain, there is some comfort in naturally, and it has even been proven when you read some psychology books, or like for us now in the counseling work we do. Someone wants to say, like for example, somebody can tell you, let me first cry, let me feel my pain. So it's like you are holding to the pain, thinking it will first help you. And I remember in some of the ministrations of prophet, when he tells us, don't be in that. Why should a remnant stay in a problem?
Prophet Elvis, you mean?
Yes, Prophet Elvis Mbonyi. Because sometimes it would be like, even me personally, sometimes it's like, you want to first feel that and cry, and then immediately I remember, Prophet Elvis Mbonyi always tells us to think positively. But if you didn't listen to like maybe a prophet like Elvis, we didn't listen to a fellow remnant who is positive, a professional counselor who is positive, so you would want to nurse. It's like a natural, it's a funny, comforting thing.
Someone would argue that it's important for you to go through a process of acceptance, that you go through a particular challenging time. It's important that you have a period where you accept it. So I don't know what then you define as acceptance, because most will say, in order for me to accept it, let me first cry for like a week. When I'm done, I'll then move on.
Yes, that is very, actually in the steps of bereavement, it is there, even that acceptance. But even when you're in acceptance, we really encourage you not to be negative, because negativity is hopeless. So the steps are obvious. You first have this, normally you deny, then you reach acceptance. But sometimes even moving from denial to acceptance, if you have gotten some positive help, either spiritually or in a counseling life, it could be social, associating with friends. Sometimes it could be financial. Maybe some people, when they get money, you go and do shopping and spoil yourself. But something has to happen too. So negativity is not necessarily like so related to acceptance,
because you can get stuck there.
Yes, very much. If you are in accepting, accepting is actually normally leading you to coming out of the situation. So in that accepting, the negativity has started to reduce. So we don't really encourage it to connect so much.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, that's very profound, right? Now, there is something that Prophet Elvis Sembonye has shared
Yes.
one too many times. It's a strategy that is meant to enable us to overcome these challenges. And it has really changed my own perspective on how we can overcome these challenges. Let's watch this very short clip.
Now, let me give you a secret. One of the easiest things to have that future that is guaranteed of God or by God to you is to capture it today. Hallelujah. Capture your future. When you capture your future, when you capture your tomorrow becomes today. And yet you know that your tomorrow brings a better you in a better place. And so everything that you see about yourself in a better place and having or being a better you can be captured and brought into today. All that you need is to breathe the air of your tomorrow. Just start breathing it. Hallelujah. Then the life of your tomorrow comes into the now. Hallelujah. Do not allow what is there today, your surrounding today, to suffocate or to strangle your tomorrow. And so you let yourself loose and you say, now I'm excited. I am excited. Hallelujah. I'm excited. Hallelujah. Things are getting better and better and better and better. A way out has come. Hallelujah.
Now, there's something profound he says there. He says, breathe the air of your future. Break that down for us.
Yeah, actually, before I go spiritual, I would like to first put it in simple language.
Yes.
When what we call building castles, when we were young, that word of building castles that time, it was done sometimes without knowing, but now, as I listen to this clip, is exactly where the prophet says, breathe the air of the future. You'd sit there and you imagine yourself a future managing director of a company. For me personally, I loved marriage. Every time I would be like a flower girl, I would go home, pick my mother's net for food, and for a whole hour I am a bride. I serve cake, I cut cake, I wed, I make oaths in the church, and I realized
that was all in your mind.
Yes, and it was like my wish. I was looking at a future. I would really do it because I wanted. It was like I was wishing for it for the future. And I realized it shaped my life in that line. I don't think I would ever have gotten married without wedding. And I have seen it also in my counseling work. So when he says...
And it's not a surprise that in your practice you focus on marriages. Yes,
I focus on marriage because I always want the marriage to work. And not working in a miserable way. Yeah. You know what actually Prophet Elvis talks about doing, breathing the future today. It's like what when you're looking, when I'm talking in marriage, in marital, premarital counseling,
yes,
I always say, let's look, envision, and look at the end. Where do you want to be 20 years in future? Start now. If you want to sit next to your daughter on her giveaway, then work for it. Make sure that time you are still in love with this man, however difficult he might be. However, that time you should be rich, even if now the money is not there. So that when Prophet Elvis is talking about that, what I would like to explain and break down is that imagine what you want the future to be and start practicing it now.
Yeah.
How does it help you? When there is that hope, when you know that your journey, you want to reach that destination, anything on the way that is a problem, you'll be like the way you are swimming. You put it aside, put it aside, put it aside.
Yes.
and maybe later we shall see how. So that's what I get, and I really believe in it when I listen to it. When you put the future today, even you live excited, you will always know whatever comes, you say, I know I am going to succeed. I'm going to be a managing director. Nobody's going to stop me from that. Yeah.
Now, Mrs. Butamanya, speak to that one person who is listening to you or rather watching you and thinking, oh, that's such beautiful advice, but not for me. I'm far long gone. This challenge has been there for about 10 years now. There's no hope. How can you even say that me seeing beyond where I'm at right now? Or rather, how can I even begin to see beyond this challenge that has been there for more than 10 years?
Okay, wonderful.
And it has clouded my vision and any sense of hope.
Yeah, thank you very much, Doreen. Now, speaking to that person, the easy thing is number one.
Yeah.
You have never maybe taken a step in the solutions. You've been there, yes, you've really crowded yourself, you've said it can't work. When you see Jane succeeding, you say, that's Jane. For her, she was born lucky, the parents are this. So you're always creating reasons around. So the message stops to sink then, but now, here I come. It's like you look at life holistically. Maybe your problem is physical. Let's say, you are born with a disability. But your character is so nice. Your smile is beautiful. You have a talent maybe of being a comedian, making people happy. So you're going to tap on that talent. And immediately you tap from there, then it will start changing. Then there is, of course, spirituality. Imagine, I remember the first time I went to the ground and Prophet climbed the steps, smiling, Zoe Grounds. And he said, you've not come here to be healed, but to be younger. Which woman doesn't want to be younger at 60? So that word alone can change everything around you. Then you turn around and you see everyone is, you people, when you go to Zoe Ground, everybody's smiling. It's like, why? You mean they don't have problems? So that exposure to environments which are nice. Then also that person, has she tried to go like good places? There are some people who like to watch water. You go and sit and you look at water, you start imagining all the wonders of creation. Then you say, even if I'm like this, I'll also come out. So basically that person, it brings me back now to what I would call what are the solutions? Number one, seek help. It could be professional, from a trained counselor or psychologist. It could be a very good church person. In our case, sons of prophet, we can call them remnants from experience. Listen to testimonies. These days, the word is nice. We have, there's a lot of things on the YouTube. You listen, you hear somebody now. Some people, and I would encourage you people to be positive. Somebody listens to a testimony and says, those are lying. No, things are real. True. When you listen to such things, they encourage you. Another thing that can help you to get help is trying to, like, as the Prophet Elvis always teaches us that, is it meditation envisioning? Meditative envisioning. Yes. Imagine yourself there. Imagine yourself healed. Imagine yourself happy. Imagine yourself like that one. Then eventually, and you know what is very interesting about psychology, Doreen? When you start thinking about things, they work on you. I've had cases. True. A client comes, she looks 50 years old, she's so haggard, she's very weak, and yet she's 25. After first session, next day she comes, the dress code has changed. The face has changed. Totally. What is the trip? Because she just got somebody who could listen to her without judging, somebody who gave her hope, and the journey starts.
And like the Prophet said, this whole aspect of sight is absolutely important. And in fact, neuroscientists, people in your practice tell us that the brain cannot tell the difference between what's real and what's not. So when you're in that state of meditative envisioning and you're imagining your future, you're imagining yourself out of that challenge, the brain takes that as your reality. isn't it?
Yes, actually.
Yes.
You can see even I'm laughing. When I was doing before I did my master's in counseling, I was blessed to do a course. It was a diploma, but it was American based. So they were teaching a lot of those things. So one time they gave us an exercise. They gave us things to do, create your world.
Yeah.
They gave us paint, they gave us colors and pencils. So me, I chose colors. Another person chose the pencils. Then others chose paint. So one man really painted. He was painting himself as the king of Britain.
Yeah.
He sweated. He started sweating and sweating and sweating. By the time he finished, he was sweating. He was very excited. He created the palace, the guards. He was there being saluted too.
Oh, wow.
So we were all amazed. Then they asked ourselves, like me, she said, you can't use paint because you don't like dirty things. It's like, oh my God, how is this connected? So what you're saying is very right. And now that comes back to what Prophet says. And I think when, of course, as a man of God who sees beyond us, he knows that of course, for him, what science knows, he also knows because he gets that connection from God. So it really happens. In the end, after like such a work, we found people who were unhappy were happy.
Yes.
Everyone was, because we took that lesson took us to the future. Like for me, I was painting those nice things of being, I had counseled people, they had gotten what they want. I like touching people's lives. This boss was a king. There was one who painted as a businessman. It was so amazing. And there was a lot of crying, which was real. People shed tears. People were healed.
Through the painting exercise?
Yes, that exercise, whatever. Because they would say, paint your word. So remember, you start. So like such a lady who is resigned, when they tell her to paint her word, she will start with that and continue, cry out and everything. Then at the end of the day, the pain will go and should be different.
That is beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Mary.
You're
Now, as we
welcome.
close, I'd like to kindly request you to just give a word of encouragement as we close to that one person who is in between a hard place and they just cannot see the way out. Speak to them. That's your camera over there. Look in their eyes and talk to them.
Okay, thank you so much. And I would like to talk to the viewers. I think the word of encouragement I would like to give you, first of all, is to believe in yourself that even me, I can be better. Secondly, try to seek help or use these experiences and examples you've had us talk through. And also learn from experience. I think even when you saw us here, we appeared happy and it is real. We are getting all this from what we have learned. But the most important thing I would encourage you is to believe in yourself, believe that there's a future, and start creating your future today.
And thank you so much, Mrs. Butamanya, who I call Mama.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you so much. And for you who has been watching, like Mama has told us, breathe in the future, your future now. And let me just say though, that as she said, you're not alone in this. Go out and seek help and look for people who will lift you out of that situation that you're going through. And so I'd like to thank you so much for joining us. If you have a prayer request, kindly do write it down in the comment section. We will be sure to pray for you. If you need specialized help, do reach out to us in the comment section. We'll get you in touch with Mama, Mrs. Butamanya, and just for you to know that God really, really immensely loves you. Thanks again for joining us and have yourselves a beautiful day.